Good afternoon. Today we are going to learn Chapter 4 Matrices. The question asks us to find the inverse of matrix P by using ERO. So the first step, we should write down the augmented matrix first. So this is how ERO method looks like. We need to change the P here become identity matrix so that the other side will become the inverse of P. So the first step, we should focus on the first column. So in order to change the first column become this, so we have three operations we can choose. So the first operation, we can interchange the row. The second operation, we can multiply the row. The third operation, we can plus the multiple of row. So we see a 1 here, so I'm going to choose first operation. So we can interchange row 1 and row 2 so that the 1 in the row 2 can go to the row 1. So we write it down. Okay, now we should focus on the 2 here. So there are 2 in row 2 and row 3. So to let them become 0, I will going to choose the third operation. The new row 2 and new row 3 is equals to row 2. So to let this 2 become 0, 2 minus 2 should be equals to 0, so we can minus 2 row 1. Okay, so we write down 2 row 1 here. So this row multiply 2. Okay, now we minus them. 2 minus 2, 0, 1 minus 2, negative 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 0, 0, 0, negative 1, 0, negative 2, 1. Okay. So we already finished the first column. Now we should focus on the second column. So we see a negative 1 here, so to change negative 1 into 1, I'm going to use the second operation. So the new row 2 is equals to negative row 2. So negative 1 times negative 1 is equals to 1, so we write it down. So since the 0 in the row 3 already done, so we only focus on 1 in the row 1 only. Okay, so to let 1 in the row 1 become 0, we're going to use the third operation. So the new row 1 is equals to row 1 minus row 2. 1 minus 1, 0, 1 minus 1, 0. 0 minus negative 1 plus 1. 1 minus 2, negative 1, 0. Okay, we've already done the first column and the second column. Now we should focus on the last column. So we see a negative 1 here. So we can use the second operation. So to let the negative 1 become 1, we can multiply with negative 1. So the new row 3 is equal to negative row 3. So since the 0 here already done, so we ignore that. We only focus on the 1 in the row 2. So to let this one become 0, we can use the third operation. So the new row 2 is equals to row 2 minus row 3. One minus 1, 0. 2 minus 2, 0. 1 minus negative 1, 1. Okay. So since the left hand side already become the identity matrix, so the right hand side is the inverse matrix that we want to find. So the answer is okay. So that's all from me. Thank you.